You stole my heart, you intercepted it. Now you're gone, have to accept it. Did I meet your mom too soon? Or did I do what I always do? Yeah, we made it to the 50, and then you kissed me. We made it to the 40, a new love story. We made it to the 30, and you did me dirty right then. You put the end in tight end, and as I touched down, just like you in a game, I'm in another town, and nothing feels the same. Wish I could go back when we met that day. Oh, whoa, and throw a flag on the play.
German sips with a grin so wide. Pogs on the table can't hide his pride. Creator in the corner starts to glare. Madness sparks and hate fills the air. Stack 'em high, a tower of luck. Germans winning, it feels like pluck. Alice Matt's fury, a brewing storm. Visions of pogs in every form. Pogs are spinning, tables turning. Alice Matt's eyes with fierce fire burning. Germans' laughter echoes loud in a world that's pog-bound proud. Matt sees and he's mad insane. Eyes on fire, can't take the strain. Pogs and pieces drive him to pain. His patience snapping like an old chain. And he's mad insane. Eyes on fire, can't take the strain. Pogs and pieces drive him to pain. His patience snapping like an old chain. Das nie gewinnen, enden Mann. Das nie gewinnen, enden Mann. Alas, mud fumes can't take no more. Pogs and slammers hit the floor. It's not about the game you see. It's about what fun could be. Das nie gewinnen, enden Mann. Das nie gewinnen, enden Mann. Das nie gewinnen, enden Mann. Das nie gewinnen, enden Mann.
And Jemima. And Jemima. Oh, sure. Okay, y'all didn't see me dance to that. No. Let me correct the record. I don't like that song. I disavow it. I don't dance to it. It means nothing to me. So whatever you saw just now, it's AI. It was AI. The Jews did it. Anyway, Master Panda, how you doing, Master Panda? Welcome to the stream. How you doing? I am here. Yes, I am here streaming for tonight's show in the Comic Outliers. We got Tomothy from the Band Zone, lamenting his life right now. You're not ruling nothing, Tomothy. How can you rule something you claim you're not in it? How can you do that? Makes no sense. You're clearly in it. You just confirm you're in it. So therefore, you rule nothing, Tomothy. Absolutely nothing. Enjoy your void with this person here, Carson, the table flipper, who's pure madness and violence. Yeah, he does think that Carson. Yeah, he's your problem. So you have to deal with that. Speaking of problems, we have Colin here, and the D word goes QE 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 D word. You see what I did there, right? You saw what I did there. I didn't read the words. I'm not gonna get my channel struck. Meme Lord says he's saying how to. Oh, come on, Meme Lord. I'm the first Okay, meme. Woodrow. Can I call you MW? MW. I'm the first person to say hi to this is my stream. I'm the host here. You're supposed to say hi to me. This is about me. You're here to celebrate me, to elevate me, to honor me, to reverence and what is the word that Catholics use when they talk about the Virgin Mary? Venerate. You're supposed to venerate me. This is about my time, not colors. She's in the ban zone. That's a violation of term. By the way, that's a violation of the term of service of the chat. You can't be saying hi to people in the ban zone. Can't at them, nothing, because they're banned. So you got to respect and honor the terms of service of this chat. That's the only way we're going to grow as a community. We got Zulandia, the Monkey King of Zulandia. I must bow and pay fealty to the. You must bow. Well, not you, but you're saying to everyone else that they must bow to pay fealty to that emoji king. Well, you don't gotta bow. I'm just neighborhood pock. So it's okay. Tweet bother me. Ino says I am. Well, what are you, Vicky verse with that word? What's wrong with you? Oh, you're Canadian. That's true. That can clout your thinking. So I forgive you, Arnold. I forgive you. It's okay. I only just a live stream on my page. Do you have the bell icon? Okay, here's the thing with YouTube. The thing with YouTube is, this is a thing now. When you watch one or two channels a lot in a time, they only recommend those videos when those channels go live. I noticed that's a thing because if I don't visit a channel that I'm sub to for a while, they could do 5-6 lives and I won't get the notification. It's dumb. It's I don't want to say the word, but it's corrupt on YouTube's side. And I got my co-host in the back. He's probably waiting for me, but I gotta play the other intros before I do that. So Lazmat will apologize to the Swans today. Listen, I don't know what this made of war with Swans you have with me, Colin, is, but get help, please. Eat some CBD gummies, please. You need it. It's this guy here. I forgot Fartface was on. Damn it! I was gonna watch horror movies all night. Well, guess what, kids? You get me instead. By the way, I'll talk about that in a little bit, but I just want to shout out Kissifus because why not? We got my beautiful Lady Love Shadow Band saying hi to the chat. Hail to the chat, she says. Hail to Lady Shadow Band. She's on her way home from work, so try safely. Michael Diache says, if you can endure the potato kid long enough, you eventually get to hear him chew directly into us. Listen, for now, I'm not eating. For now, Lady Shadow Band's on the road, so there's not going to be a plate of food in front of me while I'm streaming. So you don't get to see the Bukkake stream. The Bukkake. Damn it. I just said the word. I meant mukbang. I meant freaking mukbang. I hate people. I hate you all. You can't support me. You can't honor me. You can't respect my wishes. You want to pollute my mind with your filthy tilting of your sick algorithms. So you got to take the words that I'm supposed to use and replace it with the words you want me to use. You're all monsters. I can't even say how to like a Bukkake the right way because you got to pollute my mind. This is the worst kind of grooming ever. All use. No, clip nothing, Timothy. Clip nothing. God. I got a $5 switch out from I didn't even do my intro yet, and I got a $5 switch out from Colin. Well, thank you for the $5. He says, oh God. I finally admit it. I cannot hold it anymore. Road Warrior Drink is a duck, and I'm sorry, Swans. I'm a peanut head. All right. I hope that was worth every penny, Colin. I hope it was worth it. Here's our intro.
Deep in the inky clay, dark as the night. There among forgotten pencils, a duck takes flight. Al is not the history, duck tells us forgotten tales about creators long lost in a cabinet frail. He's been putting in a mile of research. He quacked up every flock perch. The share the truth without a bluff. Duckman, oh Duckman, extolling the dead. Duckman, oh Duckman, what's got in your head? Simmons, Emerson, Panther, and Ray, ancient artists surviving off of vodka and Bengay. Alice Mack, Duck of the Indies, Malin's favorite theft. He knowledge of comics far off the old rap. He swims out of the lanes to find hidden bayous, strange creators, and obscure adulum new. Duckman, oh Duckman, extolling the dead. Duckman, oh Duckman, what's got in your head? Simmons, Emerson, Panther, and Ray, ancient artists surviving off of vodka and Bengay. So hang with the quackers deep in the comic graves. See Alice Matt's treasures, the sort that he craves. Do you know about these guys and do you care? A Duck Lord is willing and he's got plenty to share. Duckman, oh Duckman, extolling the dead. Duckman, oh Duckman, what's got in your head? Simmons, Emerson, Panther, and Ray, ancient artists surviving off of vodka and Bengay. Alice Matt should be quack-gratulated. Do not mallard shun. He's busy peeking into the facts. Don't wig in him while he's hunting for snacks. For snacks. Duckman, oh Duckman, extolling the dead. Duckman, oh Duckman, what's got in your head? Simmons, Emerson, Panther, and Ray, ancient artists surviving off of vodka and Bengay. Alice Matt to be quack-gratulated. Do not mallard shun. He's busy peeking into the facts. Don't wig in him while he's hunting for snacks. Duckman, oh Duckman, extolling the dead. Duckman, oh Duckman, what's got in your head? Simmons, Emerson, Panther, and Ray, ancient artists surviving off of vodka and Bengay.
I hope Lady Shadowbrand brings him home Snicker. He's a cranky D-word tonight. How am I cranky? I'm feeling good right now, Colors. It's people like you that want to see negativity. You want to impose your negativity on me, thinking that's going to enslave me and make me into some kind of personal tool for your enjoyment. But no, I'm actually quite happy. I'm actually quite enthused. I'm inspirational. I'm aspirational. I have power right now to bring influence to people in a dark spot and bring them to the lights. So you cannot do anything to bring me down. See, look, I made Colin happy. See, now he has spent money today, he says. Time for the gate. What? Oh, you mean the intro? Well, I didn't make the images. I was done for me. What am I going to do? I shout out to Burger Man, by the way. He haven't heard from him in a minute, but Burger Man does a good thing. So bring home snacks, Lady Shut Up Man. He obviously didn't get a snack. Why are you even talking to Lady Shut Up Man? You're banned. Colors, you're banned. You don't belong talking to people. You're banned. People think they can just violate the TOS and I'm not going to catch up on it. I find out eventually when you violate the TOS in my chat. I always find out. Work can now be over unless allowed to insult my swan. Whenever I ever insulted your swans, I've never said anything bad about them. You started a war with me that I had nothing to do with. I was just living my life, doing my thing, being inspirational, aspirational, and what have you. And you just assume that I had a war against swans. Well, I don't know why. Do you read what you write sometimes? Like, do you pay attention? Do you pay attention to what you've typed on the screen and ask yourself, did this make any sense today? If the answer is no, then why did you type it? If the answer is yes, go see a shrink because that makes no sense what you just did. I'm not at war with swans. I never was at war with swans. I don't know why you're picking on me, Colin. Why? I've been nothing but good to you. But I see where you're coming now with that. I see what you're really doing now. It's perfectly fine. Anyway, Kissivus says, you said, by the way, I just wanted to shout out Kissivus, but never mind, I'll get to that later. Guess what? It's later. What were you about to say about me, my good friend? I don't know. I got sidetracked because of the super chat. That's what it was, the super chat. It got sidetracked, so I don't know. I don't know what to say. I really don't know. By the way, I finally figured out the whole OBS thing now, so I should be able to stream to YouTube. But I was supposed to stream. Actually, I may do it tonight. I'm not sure yet. I'll see what the chat says. But I was supposed to stream after this and do the live stream of the Sleepathon to kick tonight. That was the plan. I may still do it depending on if people will show up. So we'll see. I haven't decided yet. Um, let's see. Let me make sure I'm caught up in the chat. Oh, or Dirty Fatty. How you doing, old Dirty? Great seeing you here. I'll talk about the Sleepathon in a second. I insulted the Swans Origo and asked you what your favorite waterfowl was. That's what it was? I don't have to tell you. I don't have to tell you, man. I can't help you. I wish I could, but I don't know. You seem to have a brain the size of a peanut. You know what? I see what you did there, Colin, and you're lucky. You're lucky. You are lucky that you created. No, I just won't say it. I won't say it. I'm not gonna let you. I'm not gonna let you bully me. I'm not gonna let you put me in a dark spot. I'm feeling very aspiring today. I'm very aspiring. Sorry, later shuttle man. Apparently, not Colin. Tomothy started the day saying that he ruled the band zone. So he acknowledges that he's in the band zone. Tomothy's own words. Tomothy, he did it. So there you go. Anyway, I left my guest in the back for too long. So he showed up in a decent amount of time. So I'll give him this intro. Never mind, I'm an asshole.
You know what they say, nobody gives a hummer like a gummer.
You were almost a decent human being, and then you fudged it. What up, Bohnenfresser?
Bohnenfresser, yes, that is moi. That is me, yes.
The bean muncher with the peanut head.
Yes. So some of y'all were and I say some, I mean like there was like 10 of you, I think. We're at Iden Prime stream on Saturday for the attempted Road Warrior Sleepathon. I couldn't figure out what was going on with my OBS and YouTube, but I figured it out now. I have a Kick account, and my question to you, first of all, is: are you available tonight after this to do the Sleepathon?
Maybe not at full length because we have tomorrow a giant Halloween party here at the house.
Yes,
with kids and stuff, and.
Yes, I would need you at full length, so that probably wouldn't be a good idea then. So what about tomorrow night?
That would probably be better because the party is over by then and I have my head free for doing shenanigans.
All right, so we may do it tomorrow night then. Tomorrow at our time, 8 p.m. Eastern time. That's probably when we'll probably do it. Let me just catch up on the chat. See, exactly. See what we did. See, Tomothy, this is why you're in the band zone, Tomothy. That's why you're in the band zone. Look what she wrote. That's why you're in the band zone. That's why you are now peers with Carson and Gifford. Those are your peers. Can you believe that shit? Mood of hell. What Tomothy did? Can you believe what he just did there?
I'm a bit confused. Is he now in the band zone or not?
No, he started off stream saying that he ruled the band zone.
Oh, he usurped the throne from.
He tried to usurp. No. But there's no.
I thought he is the king of the band zone and Carol the queen.
See, there are no kings in the band zone. They're just nothing but clowns. It's all clowns. So Tomothy, no kings, just clowns. So Tomothy thought that he ruled it, not realizing that he is a clown among the clowns, and he betrayed Lady Shadowband by assuming the role of whatever he was in the man zone. So congratulations, Tomothy.
Give Melvin a look. If you're at it.
I think he's on Melvin number 5 now, so give Melvin a look. But yeah, there's my Kick link. Right there. So there's my look at the Kick. And yeah, I did a test run on the Kick from OBS, and it worked pretty well. So it's fine as far as I know. It worked pretty good. So yeah, so we should be able to stream tomorrow on the Road Warrior Drake Halloween Sleepathon. So take two. So it'll be more entertaining because I'll have the bells and whistles, and it'll be at least more visually fun. So, and then that should give Arnold and Primothy, if they are available, some time, 24 hours, to prepare so they can be on there. So, anyway, the other tomorrow at 8 p.m. It's Halloween. I'll be having fun with my girlfriend dressed like a slutty. Oh, so I guess you won't be around. Oh, won't be. well, look, it'll only take like 5 minutes. Of whatever you do, will probably take only 5 minutes. So after 5 minutes, just come and join the stream. So, am I leading a No Kings protest? I'm not a commie, so no. The answer is no. But you know, no, I'll be busy working. You know, because that's what people who pay taxes do. They work. They don't go out there and protest that their preferred dictator isn't ruling. So anyway, and by the way, all dictators suck. Communists, fascists, whatever. They all suck. I don't favor one dictatorship over the other. So, but
What are you doing, by the way, if the EBT stuff dries up in November?
well, I mean, I'm in a smaller town, so it shouldn't be that bad, and we have a lot of resources here. So I'll probably do my part to guide people to those resources, so that instead of living a life of crime, they can at least benefit from people that are willing to donate their time and money to help those people out. But you know, let's see
No,
what happens.
no Walmart looting and stealing Chef Boyardee there.
Are you making fun of me? Why are you making fun of me? I'm trying to be serious. I'm being serious right now. Why can't you accept me for me?
I'm sorry. I'm not responsible for you being on Social Security.
Maybe you should be. Maybe you should be.
I live on the other side of the ocean, you know.
That's true. That is very true. Now that I think about it, that is absolutely true. I was not aware. So forgive me for that. Anyway, before we begin with our topic for tonight, let me pull it up here. I did want to show my Kickstarter has not approved yet. It's in the preview. It's in the approval stages, but I am getting ready for my Pumpkin War Patch issue number 2, which will also include issue number 1. So this is the preview of the Kickstarter, which once it is approved, it will go live, open for 60 days. That's the cover for issue number 2, right there. And if you guys remember, issue number one was supposed to be an ash can for the Road Warrior Drake Beast Sister Road Warrior Drake campaign, but I redrew the cover and repurposed it as issue number 1. This is images from issue number 2, and there's the cover right here for issue number 1 right there. So that's the cover for it. And yeah, so this will go live as soon as I get the approval from Kickstarter that it is good to go. It will go live, and you'll get 2 issues to ship out January or February, depending on when the campaign ends. And the campaign will be 60 days. So yeah. So Colin said my art is improving. I know, it's almost like I just know how to draw, right, Colin? But yeah, so it'll be available once Kickstarter is approved. We go live. You guys 60 days to get issues 1 and 2 of Pumpkin War Patch. It's going to be a 12-issue miniseries. So I do want to point out 12 issues. Okay, so there is a beginning and an end. Each issue will have its own story, but it'll be a connecting arc, and the main story begins on issue 1, and then it ends in issue 12. So each issue will lead to the final issue, and then you'll have a complete story. So yeah, there you go. So yeah, that'll be going live soon, and I will be putting the word out there. So this is part of the Road Warrior Drake universe, but it's its own separate story, and the tone will be different. It won't be as comedic as Drake is. It'll have its own comedic tone, but it'll be a bit more on the darker side. Whereas Road Warrior Drake is more lighthearted, but comedy with action. This is a bit more mature themed and not for kids. So I will be putting it here in the chat as well as on my Twitter when we go live, and on my Discord too. So it'll be on my Discord. So there you go. So stay tuned for that. So it is coming, and yes, the chain of females and furries. Oh, that's gonna go somewhere. That's gonna go somewhere. So yeah, trust me, that it's a very weird story, and it's weird for a reason. So you will enjoy it. It's fun, and it will have it basically what I've done is I've learned the lessons of manga, and it'll be serialized, but it'll have a like a soap opera flow where there is interconnecting elements, details in the comics to help keep you glued for the next issue until it ends on issue 12. Shock value, more like witty, sarcastic, dark humor. We'll put it like that. Shock value, I don't like shock. I don't like to use that term, but because shock value implies a crass and very quick attempt to manipulate you emotionally in a very temporary frame of time, and I don't like that. So what I like to do is a bit more substantial and having long term effect. So yeah. So yeah, this is the issue. This is what we're looking at here. Have you ever heard of Chester Brown?
Not really. Maybe I saw his art and didn't know the name of the guy.
Well, he's Canadian, so that's why I never heard of him. But he was a part of the alternative comic book movement of the '80s. So he has got quite an influence there. And what you're looking at is a comic anthology series that he did called Yummy Fur, and this is where some of his most famous stories, comic stories, came from. What you're looking at is a picture of Ed the Happy Clown, which was one of three graphic novels he did, and one of the only ones that was not autobiographical. We'll get into that. But yeah, it began as a series of strips in Yummy Fur magazine, not magazine, Yummy Fur comics. It's a comic anthology. So it began as a comic anthology before it branched off and became a collection of all his strips into one graphic novel format. Now, Brown began self-publishing. This is what he started with this, much like Dave Sim was also a self-publisher at the time. Sim was probably 3 years into service when Chester Brown started. I think he started in 1980 with Yummy Fur, but I'm not sure of the exact year, but it was. I'm guessing it was during that time. But his stuff became very much um, synonymous with extreme violence, graphic sex. Uh, he touched on a lot of heavy topics with specifically with Ed the Happy Clown, and he started off with in these comics, the Yummy Fur comics. He also did the what they call the gospel adaptations, in which he did comic versions of the synoptic gospels. And I think he was doing Matthew and Mark. I don't know if he did Luke and John, but definitely Matthew and Mark. But this is his depiction of Jesus. This is how he did Jesus, almost balding with a big nose. So, yeah, he drew with a big nose, and these adaptations were considered controversial, mainly for how Jesus is predicted. Some even called it blasphemous. But apparently, according to this time, he was going through a period of belief, non-belief. He was so basically the agnostic period of his life. So I guess he felt that he needed to do these to kind of discover if he could have faith in something like the gospel of Christ. But although last I checked, I don't know if he ever did connect with his faith, but that's the story of why he did those gospels. So Monkey King. So I think I might have seen that of his work before. Yeah, he's very well known. So you may have not realized it, but his stuff is very much in tune with the alternative comics movement of that time. That is effed up to Timothy. Well, I mean, that's what he did. These are some other covers for Yummy Fur. By the way, Yummy Fur, if you go on eBay, they go as low as $5 and as high as $100. These comics. So I'm guessing because they haven't been reprinted, that's why they have that price tag on it. So let's take a look at some of the covers for Yummy Fur. These were all written and drawn by Brown. So this wasn't like a collaboration with other artists or writers. This is all him. It's a collection of his artwork, his stories. Here's another one right there. That one, and you can see like he goes to various styles. Like he'll play with different styles, and he's just like other creators before him. He's been known for having or adapting a simplistic style. And when we go to Ed the Happy Clown, you're going to see a little bit of and you'll see what I'm saying, a little bit like that One Punch Man art style, almost. See, there you go. See, like the various styles. He plays with colors and ink. So he's got a range, big range here. This right here is from Ed the Happy Clown. So I saw this page and I thought of One Punch Man for obvious reasons. But yeah, um, I'm doing a lot of talking. Mood of Hell. Give me your thoughts.
It reminds me of another comic creator, but I don't know the name of that guy. The art style is identical, I would say.
Oh
You have to
yeah,
look that up.
I think in the alternative movement, they you had some artists that drew a certain way, and it influenced other artists to take that kind of style too, because you could do so much with that kind of style. I don't know. Is it true you insist on vodka, noodles, and Ben Gay? Alas, Mant. Why do you have to? Why do you insist on capitalizing the end, let alone putting it in my name to begin with? Arnold. Why? Why? Why do you do that? I bet you, if Tom McFarlane was here, you wouldn't insult his name. I bet you that. Why can't you be like Angel Curry, Harrell Farrah? See, she's happy, she's cheery, she's respectful, but not you, Arnold. You can't be just like Angela Curry, right? So I don't know. Massive Panda though. Yes.
I think the guy that I'm searching for is Steve Dillon.
Okay.
Long time Punisher artist. I think he did draw Punisher Warzone, if I'm correct.
Okay.
And that guy has a similar art style to some of the works that you showed of that guy.
Okay. I gotta check it out. See, can you send me that link at some point? I'll check it out myself.
I'll try. Yeah.
Yeah. No, don't try. Just do. Just do. Do. Oh, damn it. Anyway, Master Panda says, were each of the issues anthologies or some of their own stories throughout? They were anthologies, but they were like recurring stories. So like Ed the Happy Clown was in there, among others. The gospel adaptations, the Playboy, which is another graphic novel, started off in these comic anthologies. So it had it's kind of like a comic book version of a Saturday Night Live show with recurring skits and characters. So yeah. Colin says, I do find a lot of these old comics artists like drawing ugly styles I don't care for. There was a lot of various styles, you know, like some of these I don't care for, but the point of highlighting this is to show that the market gravitates towards different styles of art because the stories that attach to it is what endeared them. So I'm making the point that you don't have to draw too detailed or too realistic to make a good comic. You could do something simplistic and it has a good story attached to it. It becomes iconic. The artist becomes iconic. And I'm showing specifically indie artists the what worked before. And I stress this: being local is a good way to start. Being local, webtoons, those are the two best pieces of advice I can give you. So, but doing YouTube and screaming at other creators it's not a proven way to sell comics. Some people think it is. I don't know why, but it's not a proven way to sell comics. If you're here on YouTube to sell comics, EFAPing other creators and fighting with them and all that crap is not the way to do it. It's not going to sell you comics. You may get 50 or 60 live viewers. You may get up to 100. But I guarantee you maybe 10 of those will buy your book. So what's the point? Just cultivate a natural audience with what you're doing. Show overlap. And, let time do the rest. I'm not screwing at other creators. I do think I'm able to give an opinion on our stuff. You scream at me, though. You scream at me. You do it here. You do it on Discord. Don't think I don't see that, Colin. Don't think I don't see that. I see that. Unless you don't think I'm a creator. Then we're going to have other problems. Real problems. I think that's what it is, Colin. I think you don't think I'm a creator. And you think you can go on Discord and yell about me or yell at me when I'm not there and don't think I won't hear it. I hear every single syllable that comes out of there. Every single vowel. Why are you silent, Mudafel? You see that I'm trying to establish. What?
I'm brooding, and I'm reading a little bit about Steve Dillon. That guy died in 2016,
Oh,
unfortunately.
that sucks. Yeah.
And the first episode of the Punisher TV series was dedicated to him.
That's yeah. I forgot. I forgot it came out in 2016. Wait, that Punisher show came out in 2016.
Yeah, the John Bernthal
9 years.
series.
That's 9 years ago. Holy crap! Wow. Where did the time go?
Hmm.
That was 9 years ago. Wow. Anyway, I gotta move forward because I'll be stuck in limbo if I don't snap out of it. Manga King of Zillion says 17 pages uploaded on Webtoon for my manga and already got 1,226 subscribers. Wait, I already got okay. So 1,126 views and 20 subscribers. Is that what I'm reading? If it is, that's pretty impressive. That's pretty good. I haven't been on Webtoon in a minute. I gotta start uploading more of my Road Warrior Jigsaw Skull Kill strips. So I'm not a creator. I'm a personality. Well, geez, that's like saying to the girl, you know what? You have a good personality. That's so insulting, Colin. It's very insulting.
I would call you an influencer because you do mukbang on Bukaki streams.
I don't do those. I don't do that. I just draw. But speaking of drawing, I don't know if any of y'all saw this because I saw that some people here don't come to my other stream, my Monday stream. So let me just quickly show this. So I did a drawing of the creature from the Black Lagoon for Monday's draw stream, which was a monster moratorium / draw stream mashup. So I combined the two into one, and I drew creature from the Black Lagoon. So there's my drawing right there, and we'll do a few more of these monster drawings before I do some auctions and start selling these off if I don't sell them at the convention. But there you
Now
go.
in 2 pixels.
What's up?
Now in 2 pixels.
Are you telling me my camera is not looking good right now?
Your Pringles cam is awful.
Hold on. Let me. I don't believe. Let me check. Let me see how I'm looking. I gotta go on my YouTube tab now, which I don't want to do. But
And did you put chalk in your face? You look very white tonight.
oh yeah, it's looking a little weird. Hold on. Let me. I see it. Let me try. Let me see if it allows me to bring up the frame rate. Okay. I mean, it looks okay. Not okay. It looks. I mean, at least it's fluid. So there we go. So yeah, I'm gonna do an auction. I just want to do a couple more drawings of these. Not today, KSS, but I will. Maybe in November, or December. If I could accumulate a few more, I'll do that. So wait, I need to show. It looks like it. I mean, it looks like it's. I guess it's okay, but I gotta
Yeah,
show more.
because you're holding the picture before your ugly face.
You know, Moon of Hell, I've been nothing but wonderfully kind to you. I've been
Hey,
charitable.
I'm not your biggest hater. Your camera is.
You know what? You can leave. You can leave. How about that? Why don't you leave and never come back?
I won't. You won't get rid of me.
Oh my god, try. Anyway, KSS says, I watched. Wait, let me get rid of this here. I watched House of Wax starring Vincent Price before this. I could be watching entertaining like that, but I'm not. I'm watching this bullshit you call a show. Well, don't do me any favors, Chester. Don't do me no favors. None. I am entertaining, by the way. I'm very entertaining. I'm the gold standard, but you don't see that. You don't see that. But anyway, yeah, that's my Gilman drawing. So I'll be working on more drawings in the next few weeks. I wanted to see if I could do one for an auction for Halloween, but I'm not going to be able to because A, I don't have enough drawings, and B, people like kissers are going to be out there having sex, so they're not going to be looking on YouTube for art streams. So there you go. So I'll just wait till like November maybe, and then if I accumulate enough drawings, I'll do it then. We'll do a nice little art auction. The pictures will be beautifully framed, so you'll get a beautifully framed drawing, and it'll be shipped to you for the winners. So yeah. I watched The Good Boy and Jester 2 the other night. It's funny BS. Okay, there we go. Anyway, continuing on. So that's one of that is Ed the Happy Clown. That's the cover of the graphic novel, which is an accumulation of his strips. And Chester, Ed the Happy Clown is about a clown with a humongous child-like shaped head. He goes through a whole lot of horrible things. The book tackles sex, violence, uh, religious themes, which was a staple. The sex and violence part was a staple of the underground, not the underground. Well, yeah, the underground comic scene, as well as the alternative scene. More so for the underground scene, but in the '80s it started to veer in a different way. But he still stayed true. He himself, Chester Brown, did stay true to the spirit of the underground scene with the extreme violence and the sexual stuff that he added into his comics. And I was thinking about this the other day, and you tell me, let me know what you think, Mudafa, and let me know what you guys in the chat think. I got a little hot take here. So
Oh,
I was thinking about this. Indie comics today try too hard to be like the mainstream, way too hard. They try to be like 90s image comics. They try way too hard, and in my opinion, it's what's killed creativity in the indie comic scene, especially with Comicsgate. It's killed that creative spirit because they're trying too hard to ape the mainstream, or at least like a specific era of the mainstream. Whereas in the underground comic movement and the alternative comic movement, they weren't aping nothing. They were simply just being apart from the mainstream, being experimental, not just with the art, but with the storytelling, the sequential storytelling, the type of stories they were telling. This is what indie comics should have been today. This is what I thought it was when I came into the scene in 2018. But no, it really stifled these artists and writers, stifled their own growth, sticking to what they thought was the model of independent comics based on Image 90s image. And it produced a lot of books that people don't even remember, a lot of forgettable slop. A lot of these comics had beautiful art, went in the trash because nobody read the stories or even cared about the stories because there was nothing about them that was stood out. It was just they were playing it safe. They were doing a lot of like mainstream stuff to look like the mainstream, so they thought they could have mainstream appeal, but didn't have mainstream appeal because the mainstream is the mainstream. If you want mainstream books, you go to the mainstream to get mainstream. If you're going into indie comics, you want indie comics. That means you want something that's visually and narratively different from the mainstream. Indie comics has traditionally been separate from the mainstream, separate from the mainstream, but they have stuck glued to a model that they thought was the standard for independent comics, and it's not, and it has killed the creative spirit. So that is my hot take. What are your thoughts
you're
on that?
probably right, but there's another side of the coin that you didn't talk about
What's that?
because today's indie comics also rely on indie stuff like this, but they do it in such a performative and phony way that it's unbelievable, and it turns me off as a reader. For example, Garth Ennis's Cross comics. They are overtly violent,
Mm-hmm.
and it's only performative. There's no story behind it. It has no substance. Same with The Walking Dead from Robert Kirkman.
Mm.
I told one time a guy when we talked about comics, I told him that The Walking Dead is basically a telenovela with zombies.
Yes, yeah, I remember you
It's
saying that to me. Yes.
it's such a phony story, and it focuses on the relationships among those survivors who have nothing better to do than bitch about who sleeps with who and shit like that while the earth is going down. And
Mhm.
it's such a phony book, it turned me instantly off. And the same goes for Cross is only violent, there's nothing else.
Interesting points. Yeah, I think addressing the overly violent material in across the comics. Yeah, that's another example of how style over substance can be detrimental, and that's a different type of style. or substance, but it still works because, I mean, still proves the point because, indie comics, what worked, people would take and try to ape the shock value, which was what Timothy Olsen in the chat. I said your name right, Timothy. For once, I'll say your name because you brought up a good point. So I will use your government name for once, Timothy. Timothy brought up shock value, and that's an example, perfect example of shock value. What you just said. It was more about
I'm,
shock
I'm
value.
really
And less about,
disappointed.
yeah,
Sorry, I'm really disappointed in Garth Ennis for bringing up this shit because I
Mhm.
always thought of him highly and
Yeah.
I loved his stuff. But Crossed is utter garbage.
Wow. Yeah.
It's without ideas. It's not
Mhm.
innovative. It's
Yes.
only violence in
Yeah.
such a boring way, only to offend you as a reader.
So
And
the
that
shock
shouldn't be
value.
the goal. That
No, it
shouldn't
shouldn't.
be the goal.
Right. There should be a story, some kind of narrative idea attached to it, because it ain't just about the pictures. So, Maz Penna says the Happy the Clown cover is another illustration that reminds me of your work with that single bluish tone that gives the image a little bit more interest. It's funny. I didn't even think about that, but you're right. Yeah, blue is a hello, my love. Blue is a very popular tone for comics, and it does really heighten the image a lot, and it creates mood in this case. So, by the way, this segment is brought to you by Moon Pie. I don't know why I decided to mention it, but that's what I call each other. I call my Moon Pie. They should give me Moon Pie. So,
I thought you weren't eating tonight on stream.
she
I
gave.
had to bring the bukkake.
No, this is a Moon Pie. You know it. You know what the actual word is.
We
Mukbang.
all know it's in your head now.
It's a
What
mukbang.
you
No,
really
no,
want.
please don't. No,
You
Gus.
want bukkake.
No. We are a family show. I will not invite this degeneracy here. I want to do it. Chloe Mack is here. Yes, I agree. I about something. I guess I don't know. Okay, I agree. He's talking about that. I agree. They need to move the mainstream. I wish older styles would return. I do too. And by the way, George Perez's first. No, not George Perez. John Burns' first 6 issues of Superman is being republished in a single volume. I believe it's a hardcover volume. So look out for that. I'm looking forward to that because the artwork looks beautiful in that. But yeah, I definitely wish for a return to the older styles for sure.
I mean that's what the Kickstarter and IGG comics should have been about. Doing indie comics and with different art styles and try something new. Something we have the luxury to have here as comic readers in Europe.
Yes. Oh yeah. We showcase a lot of them, especially Germany. I'm like, yeah, they got some very exciting stuff there.
Yeah, also the French, the Belgian stuff is pretty good still.
Yep.
And we have that, but I want that for everyone. Especially the Americans who are so condensed in the cape shit stuff and the other stuff that's not really innovative. I really would love for you to have that.
I you know what it is though? I there is room for that because the last indie comic outlier did, we did Daniel Klaus, and there is space. There's definitely room for someone to do something experimental visually and narratively. It just doesn't come often though because people are too scared to do it. And then when some people do it, they get mocked for not being professional. But I say don't be scared. Just do it. Just get out there and do it. You never know. Maybe someone will like it, maybe they're not. But just do it.
The campaign that I showed you a few days ago is an example for trying something. By taking a cartoon series from the 90s who almost nobody saw and reprise the story and do a comic about that.
Yeah, that's a good example.
I think about backing that.
Me too. Anyway, Chris Stanley says, I'm lurking and watching while I cook these pork chops. They ain't gonna cook themselves. Damn, I wish I could have pork chops right now.
Good
Instead of putting great
appetit,
stories
Chris
in art,
Stanley.
yeah, instead of pushing great art and stories, creators made it about themselves. So yeah, that was the biggest mistake of Comicsgate. The biggest mistake was is like get a YouTube channel and stream, and then we became personalities, and then we started fighting with each other. They're still doing it today, by the way. Like all these creators are still fighting with each other on stream, and I'm like, this wasn't what we were supposed to be doing. We're supposed to be writing books, drawing books, publishing books, new characters and stories. That's what indie comics is. Everything else either is a means to it or it's a big obstruction of it. So making it about ourselves was sad. When I say ourselves, I don't mean me because I learned my lesson a long time ago. But I'm just saying it so that I don't come up across as very arrogant. So I put myself there just to indicate that I've learned the lesson. I've learned it. Master Pandas, I agree with you last, Matt. I've seen a lot of indie creators that look like generic versions of Superman, X-Men, and characters. Yeah. Yeah, it goes back to what Helm was talking about, cape shit. It's like, it's the same nonsense, repackaged, repurposed, whatever the case is. And look, there isn't any idea in comics that is new. So don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that the goal is to either create something original or get out. That's not what I'm saying, because there really isn't really anything original in comics. It's just how you do it. How do you tell the story? How do you tell the same story in a way that's fresh? How do you write a character that looks familiar, that does familiar things in a way that's fresh? Do you use comedy? Do you use violence? Do you use sex? Do you use a certain visual style that has not been done in comics, but maybe it's seen elsewhere? Like, these are the things that make old ideas new.
If you have as a mainstream the only new idea and innovative idea, quote unquote, to make Superman a bad guy, like in The Boys or Invincible, then you have a problem, because it's over and over and over again, and it's a dead horse at this point to do these kinds of stories. To what if the superheroes are the bad ones? It's the same with back in the 90s when they said, what about this story? The angels and God are bad.
You know what's funny is Watchmen is the comic book version of Scream, the movie. And that Scream was supposed to be like a self-aware parody of horror movies until it became its own thing, and that became a genre. Watchmen was supposed to be like a self-aware parody, or rather self-aware subversion of the superhero genre, and then that became its own genre. So it's like the people over the years have kind of lost the plot of what those particular stories were supposed to be about. It wasn't meant to be a genre unto itself. It was just meant to be a one-off subversion of a specific genre, and it became a genre to itself.
But
so yeah, so
Watchmen wasn't that much on the nose with that stuff. The
it wasn't,
struggle
but
that Alan Moore's heroes have are all believable.
yeah. Unfortunately, Alan Moore didn't realize that the best character he wrote was the character he didn't like. So something was wrong in Alan Moore's wiring, that he thought that the one character that was supposed to be unlikable turned out to be the character that people remember fondly the most in that book.
Yeah, I think all people who read it loved Rorschach. Or did you mean another character from Watchmen?
You know who I meant, Mood of Hell. You know who I meant. How about Rorschach?
I said that. Rorschach. It's a German.
Oh, I thought you said Porsche. I'm like, who's Porsche? Like, why are you mocking me? Why subverting my message of importance to my community? Why do you do that? And I was like, oh wait, you're not. I just misheard you. So that is my fault, because my ears didn't translate properly what you're saying. So I have to understand that sometimes, Mood of Hell, I can become ethnically illiterate. So that is on me. I have to accept that, and I need to grow further in the ethnicity of things. So please allow me to
one
grow.
time we are on the same page with our convictions, and then you fumbled it.
No, don't agree. You don't have to agree with me. Just say you could have said you could have just said, Eliza, don't be hard on yourself. You didn't even do that. Don't be hard on yourself. You just can't get those words out of your mouth. Anyway, Chris Denny says, art is a vehicle for which good stories are told. Yes, perfect. That's it. That's it right there. That's it right there. It's, you know what? You perfectly stated it. That's it, man. That's it. Is write the story first and then draw the art, because the art should reflect the story, or the art should service the story. If you just draw it first and say, I'll come up with the story a bit, then you may have something good, you may have some shitty thing. I don't know. But Yeah, story first and then art. That is a good comic right there. So, Maz Panda says Walking Dead never did it for me. Um, let's see. Arnold says yes, he's agreeing with you, Modell. It's a completely insincere story. It's not bad, but the irony poison like everything else Love produces. Chris
Which
James,
one, Einbrecht? Crossed or Walking Dead?
I think he might be referring to either I don't know. It's quite, yeah. What are you talking about, Arnold? Is it Walking Dead? Or are you talking about like Invincible or um? Because you mentioned that too. Chris James said I could play something technically impressive on the drums, but if there's no soul and it doesn't say anything, it comes off as more of an exercise, not art, i.e., communication. Yeah, you could draw something very nice on a comic book, but if there's no story to it or the story sucks, your book sucks. That's the hard truth right there. Let me say it again. You could draw something very nice on a comic book format, nicely detailed, good proportion, whatever the case is. If the story sucks, the book sucks. It goes in the trash. Believe it or not, most people aren't buying comics so they can hang it up on the wall and say, "Look at that artwork." They're buying it to read it, and if they don't like what they read, that sucker's going in the trash. That is the reality of comics. So if you're doing something, if you're focusing so much on the art and less on the story, you could spend years drawing a book for nothing, and no one's gonna remember your shit. So I'm just saying, people gotta really understand how indie comics came to be a thing. Zulandia says, Monkey Kick of Zulandia.
Yeah.
Helmet, I've read almost every issue, including the web series. The stories about how inhumane the humans are when faced with the cross, and it becomes just gross. So
Yep.
he agrees with me. Yeah. Koi Max says only. Oh wait. Okay. Last great indie I read was The Humans. It's graphic, but the story was interesting. Imagine Planet of the Apes meets Sons of Anarchy, set in the aftermath of the Vietnam War. That sounds intriguing. So scroll down a bit. Scroll down a bit more. I'm gonna skip a few things. Here's Colin's link to um, Global Comics for his Emerald Man and the Emerald Man universe that he's doing. He likes the European style comics. However, I do have a love for superhero stuff, just older stuff. Yeah, same. Pretty much. Most of my superhero stuff is really from like the 80s, 60s to the 80s. The only 90s superhero stuff I have is the death uh, and the Return of Superman from '93. That's really it. So, um, and I have some comics from the '90s, but they're not really superhero stuff. It's more just like indie stuff. I do
Death of
like,
Superman is such a Christian undertone comic.
yeah,
Do you
yeah.
think?
That's why. Hmm?
Don't you think so?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. He's virtuous. He fights what's right. He obeys the law. So yeah,
I think more of the Death and Rebirth messianic style that they choose for the story.
what's funny is that there's a panel in one of the later Superman issues after he came back to life, in which someone addressed him or likened him to Christ, and he basically said, "That's not me. I'm not that person." So, um, I thought there was an attempt to kind of like make people realize, oh, he's not God. So I kind of appreciated that, but I have to read the actual panel to see what it says. Because I remember reading it, I was like, oh, that's pretty impressive. They actually wrote that in there. But now they have to undermine what's virtuous and right. So yeah. Indie comics in the 90s were collectibles, not readables. I always read the books I bought. And people have said this, that the collector's market is what ruined the comic sales because people were buying books to collect it and eventually sell them at a higher price so they could flip it. They weren't reading it. So there's very little discussion about the characters and the stories and more just about look at the pretty art on the cover. And then wanted to flip it years later for more money. So, and actually, I saw a video by Thinking Critical, and he talked about what Jim Shooter wrote in his autobiography. And he wrote that the collector's market was one of the things that would destroy the comic industry. And he said this before it came to fruition. He started seeing signs of it, but the collector's market with all the variant covers and all these other gimmicks that made these books more collectibles and less readable destroyed the comic industry or helped destroy it because nobody's reading these books. Nobody's reading the stories and they're not talking about it. So yeah, absolutely. 100%. I can argue that's innovative to make traditional superheroes because nobody actually does them straight anymore, just with a good character. I would have, I would agree with that. And honestly, yeah, a return to traditional storytelling or traditional characters would be innovative today. It would be shocking today, especially after the garbage that we saw in the Star Wars trilogy, the new ones that came out, how they subverted righteousness and virtue, and we know what they did with that. So, a return to traditional goodness in a story would be shockingly innovative today. So, yeah, I agree. Going back to vanilla is more refreshing. Yeah, I think people are crying for that. How am I racist, Angela? I'm trying to tell a story. How am I racist? What have I done to you? I've done nothing to you. I've been good to you. I've given you a home here, and you come here and you chuck your spear at me for this. I welcome all the people, all the peoples, all of them. The whites, the blacks, all of them, even the chinks. I welcome all of them. The spics, all of them. I welcome all of them. They're all welcome here. I love everybody. I
Even
hate
the
race.
Jews?
What?
Even the Jews?
They're listening. Shh, shh, shh. Everybody. Anyway, Warren says the art broke down. Story take the wheel. Story should always take the wheel. It should always take the wheel. So not the Marvel way. Well, the Marvel way in the '80s. I mean, that worked because in that Thinking Critical video, Jim Shooter was let's talk about how during Jim Shooter's era they actually cared about like the characters and treated the stories in a way where it was organic. Because what happened was what Jim Shooter saw after like the '80s when the '90s came in was they became content. They became IPs because Marvel was going through that stage where they were going broke. So their characters were being sold off to film studios to make separate movies. So they became property. And Shooter talked about that and how that was something that he felt helped lead to the destruction of the comic industry. You guys should check out Thinking Critical's website, his YouTube channel, and look up that Jim Shooter video. It was very informative because a lot of that applies to the indie scene, especially with the variant cover stuff. Like, oh wow, that's very true. You make these books collectible and nobody's going to read them. You want people to read your book, so let's see. So, yeah, there's a great conversation happening in the chat. So, art and story are equal, though. Sometimes bad art can repel me from a good story. I refused to watch Beast Wars for years because I thought it looked ugly as sin. I mean, there are people like that look at the art and don't read the story because of that. But I think it's more common for people to see the art and then read the synopsis of the story and just want to read the story, and then they come away saying, "Hey, I like this book a lot," and they realize the art had a reason for it. That's why the indie comic scene from the '60s to the '90s was what it was. It was because of that. But yeah, I there are people that have that mindset, so that's understandable for sure. So, yeah, there's a lot of good things being said in the chat. So I'm gonna have to skip a few. Let's see. Oh wait, Abrams, CBS. I'm streaming with other people. This is my night. Thursday night is my night. Let's be clear, you of the drone community. Yeah, I know you send those drones, Brown, and I'll shoot them down. Every single one of these, I'm gonna shoot them down. Every single drone I'm shooting down. But yeah, Thursday nights are my nights. So people are streaming over me. So they're streaming over me, and I'm like, no, I'm gonna stay in my time slot. But hey, that's what replays are for. So don't worry. Or we can always there's enough pie to go around. That's the way that I see it. Altruism and decency in comic would really be refreshing at this point. I believe that. Yes, totally believe that. Let me scroll out a bit more. I did not.
But that exists.
What?
Yeah, you also discriminated against me, but altruism exists in indie comics. Maybe in small pockets, in small doses, but I see it when Iconic interacts with Eric July, for example.
Oh yeah. There is still, especially Iconic, because Duggar talks a lot about his faith, and he seems to really impose that in his comics with the Soul Finder books. So, it's there. You just got to look for it and spread the word about it. Just talk about it. So. Let's see here. I got a new drone for you. Well, good. I'm gonna shoot it down. I'm gonna get into target practice, Brown. I'm gonna get into target practice. So anyway, I gotta continue on. So Here is more artwork from Ed the Happy Clown. Now, I read a little bit about the story behind this one. It's a little dark. Actually, it's kind of dark, but we're just looking at the comics and the style of art here. So you can see, like, this is from the later strips, and he refined his line work a bit more, and his inking style a bit more is refined. This is also from Ed, the Happy Clown. So you can see he started off a certain way, and he becomes more refined over the years. It says here, Ed is happy. I'm on my way to visit the sick children in the hospital. Sorry, Ed, the hospital burned down. Everyone died except us doctors. Oh. Oh, God. Oh, man. That's awful. Only the doctors lived. Oh, my good. That's awful. Oh, man. Damn it. Is Primathor in the chat? Where is he? Where's Primothy? Get him on here.
Oh,
All right.
I'm smelling beefies and feet.
Oh, God, no. Please. No, let's get away from that. Elasma is in the last panel. Like, screw you. Freaking guy. Freaking guy. This is also from Ed the Happy Clown right here. There we are. There we are. This was actually my favorite one. You can see the collection of solid inks and the cross paneling.
That's almost manga.
Yeah. Exactly. It is almost exactly like manga. It's beautifully drawn.
Looks like a still from Wicked City. Or
Interesting. I haven't read the Wicked City manga.
I only saw the movie.
You're lucky I have something in my mouth, Christmas, because I would read you a new one right now.
Are you still eating your moon face cake?
It's moon pie, and yes, I just finished eating it. So that's the only thing I've eaten so far.
What is in those cakes? We don't have them here in Germany.
Oh, I have to look at the ingredients. I'm afraid to look into the ingredients. I don't know if I want to. I don't want to be self-conscious, so I will. I'll just say that it tasted good. We'll go with that.
Produced on 3 Mile Island.
Moon cricket cream pie. By the way, don't search for it. Do not search for that, please. Oh God, no! Don't do that. Oh crap! No,
that's a Matt Bart joke here.
Oh no, that goes beyond that. It goes beyond that. Trust me. Do not search for that. Don't do that. See, even I know. I'm not gonna hide it, but even I know understood that reference. So don't. Anyway, moving on. This is more Ed the Happy Clown. You can see the dark humor, the violence here. The guy's hand's cut off, and he's looking for his hand. Again, Ed goes through a bunch of horrible stuff in this book. Here is the cover for the Playboy. The Playboy was the first of 2 of his graphic novels that were autobiographical. And the synopsis of the Playboy. This is funny. Okay, this is funny. The synopsis of the Playboy is about when when Chester was a teenager, and he would get those Playboy magazines, and he would play with himself on those, and he had obsessive addiction over it, and he would quit over guilt and anxiety, but then he'd go back to it. So he would stop in remission, then go back to it, stop, go back to it, stop, and go back to it. So it was something that kept happening, and ultimately he found the way out was through his art. So it was him drawing comics that helped him get out of that addiction. So the Playboy is about that time of his life, and these are samples of the art here. A lot of solid inks, very clean inks. Here's some cross hatching here, and those aren't my hands, by the way. I found these on a website on Reddit. So somebody showed these on their Reddit page. Here's another cover for the Playboy with some more deeper colors.
So Chester Brown was a Kuma before it was cool?
Yes. Okay, so, I found this out. Apparently, YouTube is, how there's a certain words that YouTube finds out in their algorithm that when they find it in your channel, they strike it or they'll demonetize you.
Okay.
So, okay.
Which
I
words?
found out the word gooning or gooners or goon is among those words.
Oh,
Yeah. And they didn't announce it. Someone I read this on X. Somebody who I guess has some connections alerted people that yeah, if you use the word goon on YouTube, their algorithm will scan it and they'll demonetize you for it, or they'll
that's weird.
demonetize that stream or that video, whatever the case is. So
I mean, gooning is the thing that they do on Twitch.
yeah,
With-
yeah, I know. Anyway, Ramaka says, "Hail, brother Oz." There's no Oz here, but okay. Hello. Anyway, oh yeah, KSS says that Playboy cover was inspiration for Last Man's Art of Drake Crank. No, kiss it, stop it right now. I need you to stop it right now. You were doing so good the last 2 minutes, and you went back to being a jerk. Kiss it.
I still don't know why those people were watching him doing that.
He was not doing anything.
He was playing pocket billiard
He
in the
was
high crash.
not. You're lying.
Is that, by the way, an autobiographical pedal? Is this something that happened to you? Playing pocket billiard
is
in the
a
high crash and
crime
getting watched by weird people?
comedy story. You stop it now. Stop it. I'm done with you people. I'm freaking done. I quit. Okay, so Eric Powell is screwed on YouTube. He can never discuss his most famous series. Well, I can't help it if YouTube is anti-organic trend. What can I tell you? They were no, they were not. They were not, Timothy. They were not. Ducks are great. Yeah, that they are, but I don't know what that has to do with me. But yeah, that they are. Not the GCW Oz. GC is that a wrestling thing? I don't know. Anyway, Gollum.
It's a wrestling league, yeah.
I don't know what that means, Timothy, but I disavow you. I disavow you. My precious what, Timothy? Makes sense. Who broke the D word? Nobody broke nothing. Zoolandia. Excuse me. I'm just making a point. I'm making a point. Those potatoes asked for nothing. They asked for nothing. Spider webbing? Oh, you talking about the chick that was cooking food? Yeah, that was a street vendor. We don't get those here, but like if you get a street vendor like that, then please, yes, do something. I don't know, whatever. Anyway, stop. Just don't goon. Anyway, this right here is the cover for his second autobiographical graphic novel, I Never Liked You. And this is about his him trying to work out his relationship with women, with females, specifically his mother. So this is another autobiographical graphic novel. This one was called his most simplistic one of the three of the art styles of the three books. This one is his most simplistic. And you can see like not just in the lineup, but in the colors as well. At least as far as the cover is concerned. There's a page from that book. Oh wait, I went too far ahead. There we go. Okay. There we go.
That looks like straight out of Daria.
It does, doesn't it? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Well, Lazar was a street vendor. Then people realized he was charging $15 for spaghetti-o. Kisses. Maybe I could put. No, I'm not gonna do it. You want me to, but I'm not gonna do it. You're stuck in the chat. I don't care anybody says. Okay, anybody says. So more artwork from the book. So this is I think the last of it here. So, um, so he got to start in the comic anthology that he published himself, and then it branches off into 3 graphic novels that were the pinnacle of his art career. And this more or less is the product of the 80s and 90s alternative movement, of which he was a big factor in. Where are the ninjas and the dragons? Says Osgreat Sage. That's not that story. It's not. It says do it. I ain't doing nothing. Okay, you're not gonna good Charlotte me, Kissivus. You're not gonna good Charlotte me. I'ma live. Not one giant robot to be seen. This is an autobiographic-y, Osgreat Sage. Autobiographic-y don't have robots and ninjas and these other things that are from science fiction. It's about real life stuff. Like things that.
What now? What have I done?
What are you doing?
I'm eating an Oreo.
You're eating an Oreo on my stream?
Yeah, they are pretty tasty, you know.
You do realize you were loud with the unwrapping of it.
Hey, you are eating the whole time on your streams.
I try to hide my shame.
I needed something sweet. Now I'm getting shamed for eating on your panel.
You didn't even mute the mic. See, look, Oz is saying eating on stream. Kizvist says, why is the big titty lady reading Dateline's Keith Morris? What? Wait, what? Oh, that. I've never heard an Oreo chew that loud before.
That's one of those XL ones. They are very tasty. I'm finished, Peanut Head. You can continue.
You started chewing an Oreo on my stream. You went first you were, and then.
Yeah, they are packed up in those rolls, you know.
You could have just took it away from the mic and unwrapped it, but you went.
I am an artist. I eat artful instead
this.
of you.
That's what I heard.
Yeah, that's better than you munching on a mooncake.
Don't shame on me. Do not shame on me, because I'm helping you, Moon of Hell. I'm helping you.
Shame on you.
At least moon pies are weird.
Oreos are tasty.
And they're loud, too.
Yeah, they are cookies. What do you expect?
That is a weird way to pronounce autist, Helmut.
What? Am I an autist?
I'm just reading the chat. That's what he said. KSS says, Helmet Olava is just of your bukkake. I don't do bukkake.
Yeah, I should pursue a career in ASMR instead of sitting here with the peanut head and getting offended all the time.
You being here with me helps your clout. I have influence.
Yeah, that's why I'm here. I'm chasing your cloud. I'm on your
exactly, because when I get off and I call after I call Tom McFarlane and we have our weekly chat, I'm gonna talk about you and how you were on the stream, and he's gonna contact your people, and you're gonna grow your network this way. I'm telling you, I have clout and influence.
I will go places, you know. I'll make career. I go to those CG church guys.
Oh God, no! Oh God, no! Oh, he says Oreos also promote you to Ta. What about the people that don't like Oreos? They may not. Moon pies are tasty too. Oh yeah, moon pies are delicious. Moon pies are absolutely delicious. I concur. They're my favorite snack. All Great Sage says, well, if Last Man Clout, they should will get free spa days or at least a discount. It's happening. It's happening. Oz Great Sage. It will happen. It will very much happen. I promise you, on the name of Allah, it will happen.
Shall I eat another Oreo?
Why? We're talking art and comics and having a conversation that people were enjoying, and now you're just derailing it with this attempt at eating on my stream. What is it? A mukbang? You're trying to be a mukbang person now. A mukbang.
Hey, those panels get huge numbers.
We call people who don't like Oreos naggers, alas, Matt. Okay, so there you go. So does that mean that that the naggers are not unified with us? I said a good word. I made that word, unified. I like that word. That's my new word, unified. We are unified. Kansas, I know you're lying now. This is a lie, a bold-faced lie. This is slander, actually. This is amazingly slanderous, what you just did here. I was talking to Todd the other day. He's all for calling a last man fart face, so it reminded him of that SNL skit. No, it does, because you didn't talk to Todd, because you're lying. You're a liar and you're a slanderer. Shame on you for that. 100%. When I talk to Todd, I'm gonna tell him you wrote that, and he's gonna find your information, and he's gonna block you on all social media, and you'll never talk to him again. You shouldn't have done that, KSS. I was looking out for you, but you wanted to choose violence. So you chose it. Congrats. Now you get violence. Unitard? What does that mean, Osgray Sage? What does that mean? I made a new word that was supposed to be inspiring for all of us, and you want to derail it and change it to something that was divisive and uncalled for. I'm building something and you're destroying it. Not good. Not good. We're a network here. We're building a network here. And that's not how you build a network. That's not how you do it, Osgray Sage. Be better. Be butter. Do the things. I don't know. Anyway. It means we are retarded together? I don't want to be retarded with you, Tomothy. You stay in the band zone and be retarded there. I'll be here and eat my moon pies and being influential and inspirational. Don't put your evil upon me.
We are all sitting in the same short bus, Peanut Head.
No, this is false. I don't do short buses. Okay, I ride crown gold vehicles that promote and establish my influence and power.
You are sitting in the front and licking the windows and eating your own hair.
Why do you do this to me? I've been nothing but kind to you, respectful to you, and now you're throwing shade and being violent towards me.
It's because you shamed me for my Oreo eating.
I've got bigly words, you heard? Says Oz Great Sage. Bigly's a word, by the way. So there you go. It's absolutely a word. Kismet says, Fartface is upset that Todd said he likes talking to me more than Fartface. He said, Fartface, I'm not going to read the rest. Todd's busy making toys for adult men, and you're here slandering his name. Shame on you.
Oh.
I'm unified with Chiat, says Arnold. One of us says, one of who? One of who? Complete your sentences. What are you, a comic creator? Complete your sentences. Until all are unitard. We are united in our what? In our retardation. I'm not united with Tomothy. I refuse to unite with Tomothy. I refuse it. Well, last night, Shane's hair in North Carolina confirmed. Well, she's got bigger problems. He's picking the fact with the. What? Why are you laughing?
Because that's funny.
Oh.
Hey, credit where credit is due. That was funny. Ah. Oh, no, he has left the panel again. Sorry, guys. Tim Olsen, don't be such a secretard. Who? The peanut head or me? Kissy, gobble, 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 gobble. One of us, one of us. That's from Freaks, I think. Oh, God. Such a funny post. He's a little bit pissy tonight, the peanut head. We must be a little bit more friendly to him, I think, because he can stop the stream at any time if we are continuing being evil to him. Timothy says, the peanut head, he fears our unitard. Yeah, the plot twist is we are all the band zone, even the peanut head. Einol says, yes, Freaks is a phenomenal movie. Yeah, it's an awesome movie. Not so much a horror movie, more a tragic comedy type of situation, I would say. But it's a very good movie with a good message. Oh my God. Oh, he's back again. No, don't leave us, Elasmat. Please. I'm not very entertaining on my own. We always need you here. Kissy says, Freaks is phenomenal. I rewatched it again this week. Maybe, dare I say...
Did he say rewatch again? Listen to me. Okay, hold on. I'm enlarging my screen for this. Let me tell you something, Chris. You are an embarrassment to the English language. Rewatched again is what do they call that? It's what's the word for it? Redundant. Because by saying rewatching it, you're saying you're watching it again. If you're rewatching it again, that means you're rewatching it. It makes no sense what you wrote there. You butchered the English language there. You completely bastardized it. You put it in chains and you walked out to the street and treated it like a Filipino boy, and you're wrong for that. You're wrong for that. For shame. Sorry, I had that grinded my gears what he just did there. Grinded my gears. We should watch. Why don't you go and finish watching Razorback? Go to your corner and watch Razorback.
Don't wish that evil upon anyone.
I rewatched it and then I rewatched it some more. Oh, you're so witty. You're such an innovator of the English language, right? Because you got caught with a grammatical fallacy. You got caught. You can't walk that back, Kizivus. You just can't.
You guys should watch Rawhead Rex because you can see Lasmat in action in that movie.
And how you figure that?
Because the main antagonist, the Rawhead Rex, has a peanut head like you.
I prepared the stream tonight, and I had wonderful arts to show and information to share with people. But none of you care. You want to just chuck your spears at me. And this will not do. This will not do. Are you understanding me? This will not do.
Yeah, then go on. Continue to show us the wonderful panels that you prepared.
But I did. I showed it to you already.
Oh, you have nothing left?
I reached the end of the slideshow.
So then it's okay for us to shit talk you because that's
no, it's not,
what
because
we
this is
always
what
do.
happened. Right. I watched Razorback. That comment was a typo. Oh, good. I'm glad. Well, last man is Roy. No, I'm not. No, I'm not Timothy. I'm not. Give me the Rinku. I don't get it.
That's something Canadian, I think.
I think so, yeah. Razorback Paquetas and a coma. It did. It really did. It's given him trauma, and he's taking it out on us.
It made me hate Australia more than I usually do.
Yeah, it's funny. I did like minimal research on Australia, And I'm like, well, damn, that explains why people are so miserable in Australia because, it started off as a penal colony. So no wonder people are miserable there. Why it's such a prison state now. So I was like, wow,
I don't want to be buried in Australia. That place looks like hell.
yeah, it really does.
I don't know why Michael Bancroft is there. It's maybe the only sane person on that godforsaken island.
Yes, everybody. He needs to jump ship, and everybody else needs to sink. And then they'll be happy for once. Kay says, I'm fucked. Now I'm going to make grammatical errors the rest of the show. Driving Ein insane. Well, more insane than he already is. We have some person in the chat. All the time is when to shit talk Elasma. Wait, what did you just call me? What is Elasma? What does that mean, some person? What does that mean? If you're going to insult my name, make it make sense. That's not why he laughed. That's not funny. He tried to insult me, and he just made up a name that is not witty. It's not funny. It's not insulting. It's just there. Not necessary. Really wasn't necessary. Bancroft was there for the gay scene. Oh, well, that might explain it. That might be it. Yes. Yes. Whew. I think we've reached the pinnacle, so I think I'll call it a stream. So
Okay.
Any last words?
I guess we see each other tonight. Tomorrow. I'm sorry.
Tomorrow, yes. So tomorrow night, 8:00 Eastern time, I'm going to attempt it. Take two of the Road Warriors Sleepathon. So if you're not doing anything tomorrow for Halloween, I will be live streaming on Kick. So I'm gonna do it again. I'm gonna put the link to my Kick account in the chat. Let me just make sure I put it there. There you go. Okay. So I will be live streaming tomorrow on Kick. The Road Warrior Drake Sleepathon with no problems this time. This time I should be able to do it with no problems. So it will live stream some good stuff. It'll be the Sleepathon, and other things too. So it'll be fun for those of you that have nothing to do tomorrow night. And hopefully Arnold and Primothy will be there. I mean, tomorrow night, 8:00 Eastern time, you should be. So, and Mood of Hell says he'll be there too. So I should be back in time for from Trick or Treat to do the stream. So
you are going trick or treating?
Well, no, I'm going to be giving out candy to the trick or treaters.
You're giving out Chef Boyardee cans to the children.
I'm giving out candy. Look. Okay, I got these. See, look, this is you, Moon of Hell. This is you. This is you, and use the rest of the chat because you're all dum-dums. You're all dum-dums. That's you. That's you people. For making these bad jokes about me, you're dum-dums. All you. So this is what I'm giving out. And I'm also giving out these. See, these watermelon and other stuff candy. See, look, you got Sour Patches. See? Sour Patches. See? You see? See? So
yeah, I can see very well with those 4 pixels. Your camera is your biggest hater, Elasmet.
I wish I didn't have to end it so I could spite this one over here, but I have to end it. When does it start? Tomorrow, 8:00 Eastern time. Give or take a few minutes, but 8 p.m. Eastern time, some person on my Kick chat. So there's the link in the chat right here. KSS put it there. Go there, sub to it, and then be ready for it when it starts. And it will be happening. So I'm the guy that hands out dental floss to tricks or treaters. You're such a jerk. No chocolate. You're getting TP'd. I have a gun. I hope they do TP me because it won't end well for them. Wait, did I say that out loud? Damn. Peanut. Oh yeah, peanut butter crackers. Yeah. Peanut. No, wait. Jeez. No. Damn it. No. Damn it. You got last words?
Yeah, guys, if you are in his area, go trick or treating to Elasmet's house. Even if it's only to place dog poop on his porch or do something equally funny,
If you're in the
please
chat,
visit
if you're
our
in-
good friend, the Peanut Head.
if you're in the chat, don't show up. I do not want you in my chat. And showing up. Do not show up at all. I'm not giving you candy. I ain't giving you nothing. And if anything happens to you, I didn't do nothing.